This is what happens when I try to be aesthetic. Hi, today I'm bringing you along for a day in my life as a rural pharmacist, a pharmacist who's only 3-year registered and just trying to make an interesting career for herself. So lucky you, the first thing you get to see is me eating breakfast. I'm sure this goes for health professionals in general, but pharmacists are so notorious for being like, no, I don't eat breakfast. Like, have to get up, start work too early. I live on coffee for the first half of the day and then eat at lunchtime. We are really bad at saying that. And I was in particular very bad at doing that. I've been eating breakfast lately for a whole month. And I have to say, it's kind of changed my life. Like the thought of having a coffee on an empty stomach, like that makes me feel so terrible now if I have it on an empty stomach. Like I just can't anymore. I don't get such a bad afternoon slump and feel the need to have more caffeine in the afternoon as well. If it's your sign that you need to start eating breakfast, then maybe this is your sign. Especially because we actually have such a roller coaster of a day today. I was looking at my calendar last night and then realized like, oh my God, I've actually forgotten that I've got a few things that are going on and I've just forgotten that I've signed up for them and it's going to be a bit of a cram day. So a little bit stressed, but then I was like, no, we just got to slam it out today. But goes to show, even though it's going to be extremely busy, I'm still here. Breakfast is now non-negotiable for me. I've even gone out for a run as well. So yes, I had to get up like a little bit earlier than I would have liked to, because the other thing is I'm trying to sleep in a little bit more lately just to slow down a little bit more. But there's going to be some days where you generally just can't. You've got too much going on. But that is just part of being a pharmacist, as well as like building something from the ground up for yourself and for a wider purpose. Also, very quickly, not sure if you can see this, but this here was supposed to, that's what I mean, she's crumbling. This was supposed to be a pancake mix that I made over the weekend. Safe to say I will be sticking to my day job as a pharmacist. In like 10 minutes, I've got to jump on a meeting at 7 a.m. for a brand collaboration that I'm hoping to be able to pair up. So this is sort of like a discovery call to see if we want to work together. I can't say much about who yet, but my little hints are think of something that we must have as pharmacists, like to be able to meet ARPA requirements, we must have this, and this company is probably one of the biggest providers of that. So that's my little clue to you, see if you can figure it out. That's something very exciting about this space. Like, I think we're all sort of realizing in pharmacy that social media and the power of it, especially when used intentionally with integrity to build our profession or something that you're passionate about. Like for me, obviously that's showcasing rural pharmacy to try see if more people will come out and work with us, because we can always use more health professionals and more pharmacists. But if you've got something that you're passionate about, it's kind of like an untapped space. We're all realizing that. So yeah, I feel pretty lucky that I'm kind of like the ones in this area at the beginning and getting people to reach out and sort of explore how we can get more pharmacists in, I guess, a more public space to represent our profession, which is pretty cool. So we've got that meeting first up. Then I have to absolutely race my heart off to get ready for work. I need to be at the pharmacy by 8:15 to pick up medication stock to take to the Aboriginal Health Service and make it out there by 9 a.m. I'm the pharmacist in charge out there basically for the morning. They're open from like a 9 to 1 shift, so I'll just be running the clinic pharmacy out there. Then I've got to race back into town and finish the afternoon off in the community pharmacy, because basically what happens is one pharmacist goes out and then they come back and switch out with another pharmacist, so one goes home and then I'll be covering the afternoon. So got to get back in time for that. And then I do have a lot of filming that I want to get done this afternoon. I've got a trip over east at the end of the week. I'm trying to batch film a lot of my content earlier in the week so that I can get that done out of the way and worry about the absolute mountain of stuff that I need to get organized to go away at the end of the week. I will be taking guesses as to, actually no, I was going to say I would be taking guesses as to where I'm going to be, but by the time this vlog comes out, you would have already known about it anyway. By this point, you will know that I will be going to Canberra for the first time. Basically, meeting, get ready for work, get to work, get out to clinic, 30 minutes out of town, be the sole pharmacist out there, 30 minutes back into town, pharmacist in community pharmacy, batch film. I haven't really planned everything that I want to be filming today as well, so it's probably going to take a little bit longer than I want to. Probably will be a little bit of a late night pharmacy vibe once everything's closed, and then come back here and get some sleep. So that is today's mission. You're going to come along with me. I am running so late, it's not even funny. I make coffee every day. And the one time I film it, it's a disaster. Singing me my little song. Boyfriend has moved my chair. This is my daily life. All right, we've made it here in the pharmacy. So part of the opening process, the first couple of things that I would do would be, this is our diary. So we have a lot of pharmacists rotating through the clinic. So this is where we write all the notes, any handovers. So I wasn't here at the end of last week, and I'm going to check if there's any notes in here for me to know the start of this week. I will then go through and take a look at all of the emails that I might have received over the weekend. Usually there's things like somebody's discharged or something like that to figure out. Because I made it just on time for the pharmacy to open, I've already had to dispense medicines for like cellulitis, enoxaparin for dialysis, migraine medications, and the first thing that happened, labels ran out. And anybody that knows medicine label printers, they are very fussy. Also, the other thing, check out where my labels actually are. Very inconvenient location for me. They are all the way up there. It's just cursed from the beginning, so it's going to be a very busy day in clinic as well. Let's go. So firstly, in this room, we have the Webster pack room. I can't really show you more than that because it's just a heap of people's Webster packs with names and information on it, but you can kind of see like they're tucked around there. And then that there at the back is just sort of like a little extra storage space that we've got going. But we've also got things like a doctor's bag, rum bins, medicine sort of like supply for clinic. We then move into the small little pharmacy. We've got the fridge behind us, more shelving, dispense station. That's where patients and doctors and things come to chat to pharmacy. She's quite small, she's pretty cutesy. Mini tour for a mini pharmacy. We have lentils, broccoli, got some leftover beef, just basically whatever I had in the fridge put into one, which is not a great start for a Monday, but I did my meal prep halfway through last week because I had a random Wednesday off, so I'm kind of like out of sync with everything, and that's why it's just a mishmash of my refrigerator at the moment. I'm going to update you guys on the brand partnership meeting that I had earlier today. It was actually really good. I really enjoyed it. It was a good start to the day. Like, yeah, I'd been kind of keeping my eye on this company, and I've approached them already like earlier in the year, and it's sort of just coming to fruition now that we might be collaborating together. What I really like is that they're very
creator focused, so they kind of were just saying, whatever you want to make where we can fit into it, like you've got free reign, which I do really like. I like having creative control over, you know, what the content's going to look like, how the story pieces together, what I'm going to say. I don't really like it when companies come in being like, you must say this, you must say that, and like this is when like you need to show certain things or say certain things, because it just makes it less authentic. And I think we can really move away from that in terms of like creative industry. We can give creators more control because they're the ones that understand their audience, right? It was sort of like a bit of an uncomfortable conversation around remuneration, because like this is something that I feel that I've learned the most doing this social media side, is like negotiating and pushing past the like really uncomfortable feeling of like asking what you want and having to negotiate a bit and making sure that it sort of meets in the middle, because I'm not very good at that. I don't like that kind of confrontation because it is a pretty untapped space in pharmacy. Remuneration is a bit of a tough topic to tackle because understandably like people don't really explore this space. There's not really companies or budgets or allowance for that kind of thing, which I totally understand, but I also don't want to forge a path. Like I see so many pharmacist creators online now, like I see you guys. I don't want to be here downplaying, like this is not about like me getting paid or making money for myself. This is about, there's a lot of other people coming through up and coming as well, and I would hate for them to come in, and I've kind of set it up so that it's area of our industry where we're not being paid for it properly. So yeah, I'm kind of just like pushing through those uncomfortable conversations, being like, I need to ask what I want for and make sure that there's a standard set, because if I don't set the standard now, then we'll run the risk that later on it's just not going to get any better for everybody else as well. So yeah, this is where I spend a lot of time keep catching up on messages that people send me. Like I just want to let you know about, like, I receive so many wonderful messages every day from you guys, and I do see that. I try to read every single one of them, honestly, because it just makes my day. What have we got today? You know, just like cute little things where like I put up a story being, you know, happy Monday. Just remember that, you know, I think you're amazing. Like you guys always tell me about how you think that I'm amazing, but I want to push that energy back out, messaging me back being like this is the affirmation I needed, thank you so much. Like just really nice, kind, positive things like that, and I see them all. So sort through some of those while I eat. I also need to schedule some content because got a bit lazy over the weekend and didn't schedule anything much.
Can I please get an iced soy latte with a dash of honey, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
I know I said that because I eat breakfast, I don't get like the afternoon dip and don't need caffeine in the afternoon, but here I am, and I'm allowing it because I'm actually pulling a late night tonight. Like that's why I need a bit of a boost, because I'm not just going home once pharmacy shuts. So give me some reprieve. Anyway, I actually need to stop mucking around and get back to work. My boss is going to kill me.
Okay, so that is community pharmacy shift done, dusted. We are finished work for the day. Well, my actual job. We're not finished with my second side hustle situation, social media that I got going on. But what did we get done today? Well, you saw the sleep apnea test that I was doing, setting that up, did that at the end of the day so that the patient can come in, get it all hooked up. We do it for them just to ease of patient use. Otherwise, they kind of have to do it on themselves. If something goes wrong, they got to do a retest. So we just actually do it for them, and then they can leave at the end of the day with as minimal people in the pharmacy as possible because they've got whites going absolutely everywhere. Had to contact a doctor to sort out a Schedule 8 script, something that needed to be adjusted on the prescription to make it valid and come through on Medicare. So that took a little bit of sorting out. Oh, we did an injection as well. I actually did bring it down here for you. This is Orencia, containing abatacept for rheumatoid arthritis. Not sure if anybody here has injected one of these before. It's not like the other injections where you just like press a button, wait a couple of seconds and it's like done. This is a full 15 seconds that you've got to like be sitting there stabbing this thing in. So that is a heads up for any pharmacist that goes to inject that the first time, it takes a little while to go through. So don't be alarmed when you're like, why is this taking so long? It's supposed to. And yeah, sometimes it gives patients a bit of a shock when they're there like, oh my God, what is this needle still doing in me? So yes, we did that. What else? Oh yeah, like a promethazine inquiry. This is why, again, pharmacist information, it was quite a young person who didn't realise that using promethazine every night for allergies is actually underlyingly not that great, because obviously of the sedation factor and the risk for dependency on sleep. Like, they didn't really understand that that was a potential for them. They just thought it's a hay fever tablet and it works. So, sorry, my scanner is like trying to scan me. Yeah, so just educating them on that fact as well. Like, we could be switching you to something else that doesn't have those side effects and that risk. What else did we do? Oh my gosh, yes, I got a resume for a pharmacy student who basically through her university, she can do international placements. And I don't really know the full details in terms of like how they go about organising it, but she'd contacted me being like, I really want to come work at your pharmacy. Like, I want to come to Australia, but also rural pharmacy in Australia seems so interesting and so different. Like, I want to come check it out. So I literally received a resume and application for a student in the United States to come do prac with us. So that's kind of cool, and just like seeing how, like, obviously this year we've had literally nearly triple the like students that we've had this year compared to last year, which has been awesome. And like now seeing like, oh my gosh, she's worldwide. But it's great. I'm like, this is what I mean. It's not just about pharmacy in Australia. Like, rural pharmacy in Australia is so specific to rural Australia, but we need that representation out there, because I think what we do and what we can do and what it can become, how much impact we make, is really important. And it should be, I don't know, we should be sharing that, spreading that far and wide. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So today and this evening, we're now going to batch film. Need to figure out a couple more videos to batch film, so I'm probably going to sit down, just suss out exactly what it is, the kind of content that I want to create. And I'm doing it in a batch because the rest of the week I've got to prepare, as I said, to fly over east. So I need to basically have this done so that it's less stress on me worrying about like, oh my God, I need to prep, need to get out of here, but also need to get content. It's done. I'm sorted for next week. I tend to spend a lot of hours after the pharmacy is closed here late at night. It's quite a vibe. Let me show you. I mean, isn't she just beautiful? Both my bosses are actually out the back still working as well. Yeah, probably get my bad habits from them working all the time, but sometimes this is what it takes. So at least it means that I don't have to do the filming any other day of the week because it's done. So let's get to it. Oh, wait, no. Okay, so I have to show you this. Look how pretty these flowers are, right? These flowers like this get sent once a month. I wonder if there's a, oh no, she's taken the little note out by the looks of it. And it's because one of the proprietors, her husband, will buy them for her once a month and put them there with a little note. And just deliver it to the pharmacy. I'm like, that's so cute. Like, that is the standard. That is goals. Time to go home. Look, I didn't get as much as I would have liked to have gotten done because I got a bit sidetracked and started booking things like restaurants for when I go away and Pilates classes instead of actually doing the filming that I need to get done. Whoopsies. I'm just a girl. I still have my little disco balls up from my birthday because I thought these were cute to keep, but then I also have the other 50 million of them still there. So that's the current state of my life at the moment. Yes, I'm coming. She's just itching to get in, this little one. Come on. Let's go. Well, that's my day, people. Yeah. To me, this is not very interesting. Please tell me in the comments if, like, you find these kinds of vlogs interesting, because I don't know, maybe my perception is warped, but I do really feel like it's not that exciting. Like, I do some cool things, but really at the end of the day, I just work a lot. I've really enjoyed it. I have. It's quite, I don't know, keeps me on my toes, gives me something, like, it probably makes my day more exciting, because it's like sharing it with you guys, being like, oh, I forget that people don't like know this, or like haven't seen this before, and like pharmacy is exciting, and I don't know, yeah. Tell me your thoughts. But yes, I'm gonna love you and leave you here until next time, and we will see what the next vlog brings.